Hello players, welcome to another video on APWARS. This video is entirely dedicated to you players who want to know a little bit more on how and which is the best strategy to play this farming game. Actually, there are three different strategies that you can go about. First strategy is actually to farm your tokens. You jump into the gold mine and you decide to farm them. When you farm war gold, you will be able to use that war gold to stake it in the warrior pools. When you stake war gold in the warrior pools, you will be getting warriors back. And you have, at the moment, 3 levels of warriors to work around. If you want only to farm war gold and then go to strategy number 2, which is to farm war gold and only buy troops at the end, close to the wars, you will just be good with farming gold, or you can actually use the troops that you already have to farm more gold. And instead of adding liquidity to these token pairs, which are outside of the APWARS ecosystem, you will just basically use all the tokens that you have that are actually inside the war gold ecosystem to leverage your play and your strategy. How do you go about this? Quite simple, actually. So first, you align on your strategy, and of course, leaving the best or the less risk for last. You will have the option of not giving any money to the system, so basically not providing much to the system, and you will get, say, free war gold tokens. Of course, this APR is considerably low, so you will have to farm for about a month to surpass this 4% deposit fee. So please be aware that once you deposit your BSD USDC liquidity pool tokens here, you will be having a 4% deposit fee. That means that if you want to unstake it before 30 days, you might end up in a loss in terms of let's say money-wise when you compare the price of a token with the dollar. So let's say still that the token price increases in time. Of course, then you will not have a loss. Okay, so let's assume that the token price triples or quadruples from the moment that you have initiated the staking, and 1 month later you have the war gold price quadrupled. Of course, then that means that you will not incur in a loss, and actually that you can actually sell your war gold or use it to stake in another pool without having to incur on any loss. So please be aware that this has a deposit fee. You will not, this is a low risk, very low risk approach. So we just deposit stable coins. The protocol is quite safe. It's being used for a lot of people, and it leverages on Pancake Swap. And then you'll be getting a token back that you can actually use in the game. So this is strategy number 3. So back into strategy number 1. Let's say, okay, that I want to use the strategy number 1, which is, okay, I'm going to provide liquidity with war gold versus BUSD, which has this huge amount of APR. So it's at the moment 474. You will be getting war gold back. Okay, but then you might ask yourself, okay, if war gold increases in price and if my price triples or quadruples or even goes 10x, I will be losing the amount of war gold that I've put inside, because in order to balance out the liquidity pool, the war gold that you have provided will be continuously exchanged to BUSD behind the scenes, right? So this is called impermanent loss. So instead of using this gold mine approach, what you can do is provide a little bit of liquidity to one of these pools, especially, okay? When you provide liquidity to these pools, you will use the remainder of the war gold that you get to actually farm more gold or stake them in the warrior pools. How do you go about this? You will decide to stake it when you stake it, if you do not have an NFT that gives you a reduction in burning rate, those NFTs are called gold savers, you'll be getting a 99% burning rate on your war gold. So if you stake here, okay, 100, this is the example, gold, you will be farming your warriors with only 1 war gold. So our advice to you is to go into the black market and buy yourself some gold saver NFTs, okay? So when you have the gold saver NFTs, and I'm going to switch accounts just to show you, because this account has the NFTs associated with it. So this is a 10% gold saver NFT that is actually in the inventory because it was already bought, okay? As you can see here, this account has 2, but these are non-cumulative, okay? So please be sure to check our video on the meaning of all the NFTs so that you can be sure that you're doing the right option. Again, these are not, you cannot add them and combine them together if they have the same percentage. So we have 2, but still this is 10%. So we'll decide to farm. As you can see, we're already farming warriors with war gold. No worries on that. And what you can do then is you decide to harvest your warriors. You harvest your warriors, dirt cheap fees, and these are war grunts. You go into the barracks gold mine, and you can see that the war grunt war gold liquidity pool actually has a really good APR, which is actually comparable to the APRs that you have here. What's the advantage here, my friends? So the main advantage here is that you will not have and will not suffer directly from impermanent loss. Why? Because typically the warriors do have a price with respect to war gold. And before the wars, the warriors' price, of course, because there are more people buying warriors and they want to stake them in the war contract. Before the wars, the war grunt and the warrior's price typically tend to increase. Still, everything is inside the ecosystem. So it's not like you are having an impermanent loss with respect to the normal BUSD that you typically do your math on. So one option is actually to stake your troops in the gold mine and use your troops and your war gold to provide liquidity. This also brings another good feature to the game because it really reduces the amount of selling that you are producing. So it's a win-win situation. How is that, you might ask? Simple. Let's say that you have here 10,000 gold to harvest. You harvest it, and then you have 2 options. Well, actually 3. You stake this war gold in the other warriors, this 10,000 war gold that you just collected, or you will sell half of it. So you'll sell 5,000 war gold into BUSD on the exchange. And what does that do? That will lower the price of the token. So do yourself a favor, and if you decide to sell your 5,000 war gold to BUSD to provide new liquidity, please be sure that this is a loss-loss situation, because first, you are incurring an impermanent loss if the token price goes up and if the token price goes down. And then you are promoting selling on your tokens, which actually means that the token price is reducing through time because people are getting, quote, free money. Okay. So this is what happens. So if people keep on selling for them to stake here in these pools, that is not the best option. Okay. Also, if you look here, you have 474% APR. And if you go into the gold mine barracks, you have about 400% on all of them. Okay. So it's not a huge loss. Okay. Yeah, you do have 4% deposit fee. That means that 4% of what you deposit in here is going to get lost. Still, you will not suffer from any impermanent loss. And if the token prices goes to 10x, which it really has the potential to, you will not be suffering from impermanent loss, because you will always have the archers, which will be worth about 1 point something war gold, and you will still have your war golds that you can actually stake at the war contract, these guys, or you can use the war gold to buy NFTs, or you can use it to sell for any stable coin that you want. Again, check this one out. This one is even better, higher APRs. So if you decide to stake your armored troops and war gold, you're getting more. So 4% deposit fee for an increase of 150% APR with no impermanent loss, because everything is in the ecosystem, is definitely your best option. So consider it if you want to play the game. Before the wars, then you will unstake them from this pool. You will have your war gold and your warriors, and then you will be able to stake your warriors at war. So again, what might you do with the war gold that you then collect here? You have the same options. Either you convert this war gold into warriors and then provide liquidity and stake them here, like this example, where we are actually providing some liquidity to war archer and war gold, and here we are not incurring in any impermanent loss first, and then we are also helping the ecosystem to not be dumped because of the generation of free money. Okay, so this is the first thing. Second thing is, of course, you can buy yourself some NFTs in the newly launched black market here, where you can buy and sell your NFTs, and you will be able to stake your war gold here and farm warriors using that war gold. Please be aware of one thing. Here you have a ridiculously high APR. Okay, please be aware that this APR does not correspond at the moment to the actual APR. It's actually about 100 times less. So 100 times less, it's about 784. Okay, so don't be unaware of that. Of course, you have the Arcane Library as well, which has this one is correct, so about 200% APR, and you can still provide liquidity of your level 2, so the armory tier. And if you provide liquidity with these guys, you can farm basically the most powerful warrior at the moment for free. Okay, as long as you have troop savers that you can buy yourself from the black market. Okay, people are mostly selling their NFTs and pioneers. So here you have troop savers for sale. It's actually quite cheap at the moment, 1,000 gold. And you have gold savers that can save you from having a bad APRs here. So basically, if you stake it here, and if you buy a 10% gold saver NFT, that means that you will be getting this amount of burning rate. So if you provide liquidity of 100 war gold, if you stake 100 war gold, 10 war gold will be used to actually farm new warriors. And you have here the troop savers that you can buy yourself. You see they're also quite cheap, and you buy it from them, from another player, and then this NFT is yours to use and is yours to sell, and you can basically leverage on that. So let's say that, okay, I want to play the game, so I'm buying this NFT, and the best thing is that you don't have to buy it and keep it forever. Okay, you can actually sell it. So you buy this NFT, this troop saver NFT, you come here and you say, okay, this is a troop saver NFT. That means that when I stake it here, the burning rate will show up differently if I have a troop saver NFT save. So if I don't have any troop saver NFTs, that burning rate will be immense, okay, about 99%. Let's see here, just to prove the contract. Okay, and that's basically okay. You just have to stake it, but since we don't have any crossbowmen and warmers in here, nevertheless, still be aware that please, the burning rate that you see here is correspondent of the burning rate of the liquidity pool tokens that you provide. So you can buy yourself some items on the black market, and if you don't want the item anymore, let's say that you change your strategy, let's say that you bought corp troop savers and degen troop savers, but you just want to fight for the degens, then you can basically sell your corp troop saver like people are doing here and make some war gold with it and use that war gold to buy items, to farm more war gold, or to sell it. Do as you wish. So again, consider these three strategies. Please do not forget that the best option for you to not suffer from permanent loss is to actually provide liquidity in the gold mine for the barracks, the armory, and the arcane library. Okay, so you have some warriors and wizards, some wizards and some shamans around. Be sure to provide liquidity because the APRs that you get are at least as high as the APRs that you get here, and you do not suffer from any impermanent loss. Again, guys, we have another video on impermanent loss already out. Please be sure to check that. APWARS has provided an Excel sheet or a Google sheet where you can actually provide you'll find a lot of information on how to calculate your impermanent loss and how many days, and this you'll not find anywhere else, how many days do you have to farm to compensate for your impermanent loss if the price of the token doubles, triples, goes 10x or 100x, you name it, okay? Everything is there in that sheet. Again, like always, see you on the next one.